Do you still store your footage on external hard drives and edit from them too? I used to do that as well, but now I can unequivocally say that there is a better way. A little while ago, I was working on a project where I needed to look at all the footage that I've ever shot, and it meant looking across over 15 different hard drives. And while I was doing that, I realized that I needed to find a better way. And that's when I discovered Synology. I've been using the Synology DS1621XS Plus 6-bay NAS for about 3 months now, and it's been an absolute game changer. I don't need tons of hard drives everywhere anymore. Literally all my footage is stored in one location. I plug that thing into my computer and everything is there. I no longer need to search across multiple hard drives to find a single shot. When it comes to choosing hard drives for your NAS, there's only one brand which is really going to give you the reliability and performance that you need, and that's Seagate with their Ironwolf Pro NAS drives. I filled my NAS up with the 14 terabyte Ironwolf Pro drives, and that gives me about 60 terabytes of raw storage in RAID 5 configuration. And if you need even more than that, these drives come in up to 18 terabytes of storage per drive. One of the great things about Synology compared to the competition is that if I ever run out of that storage space, then I can easily upgrade the total storage on the NAS with 2 expansion units which each hold 5 bays. If you use the 18 terabyte Ironwolf Pro NAS drives in that configuration, it's gonna give you an extra 144 terabytes of extra storage space. Some of the other reasons that make the Seagate Ironwolf Pro NAS drive stand out from the competition are the fact that they use an agile array system, which means they're the only drives in the world that come with RV sensors, which constantly measure rotational vibrations of the disks. Paired with the fact that they use CMR and not SMR like some other drives, further makes them the drives with the highest level of performance and reliability. The DS1621XS Plus comes with a built-in 10 gigabit Ethernet port. And using the Synology T2 adapter, you can add an additional 2 10 gigabit Ethernet ports. Then using the Sabrent 10 gigabit Ethernet to Thunderbolt 3 adapter lets you connect the NAS to any device using Thunderbolt 3. This Sabrent adapter is really well designed to handle heat efficiently, and this means that it's never going to be thermally throttled and you're always going to get full speeds of up to 1250 megabytes per second read and write. Having access to 3 10 gigabit Ethernet ports means that I, along with 2 other editors, can edit from the NAS at the same time. The benefit of using 10 gigabit Ethernet means that you can run a cable up to 100 meters away from the NAS. Whereas if you're just using Thunderbolt 3, the max length you can use is 2 meters. So that might limit you if you've got multiple editors using the NAS at the same time. The benefits of using a NAS definitely don't stop there. Because it's running 6 super fast Ironwolf drives, it means you're actually going to get really good read and write speeds. I've been getting write speed and read speeds of around 800 megabytes per second, which means when you're copying footage to the NAS, it's going to be really fast. And when you're editing from it, it means that up to 3 people can edit at once without it slowing down. Couple that with Synology's Wi-Fi routers, and I found I was actually able to edit footage and photos through the Wi-Fi network at the office, which is actually surprisingly nice if you're a bit sick of sitting at the desk and want to go edit outside for a bit. One of my favorite features of this NAS has got to be using the Cloudsync app. On a schedule that you can choose, it will basically upload all the footage and data stored on the NAS to a cloud service of your choice. So for me, that means that every single day, whenever I put new footage on there, it's going to automatically back up that footage for me, just in case something happens. Now, because it's using a RAID 5 configuration, this means that if one of the 6 drives fails, I can just pop a new drive in there and the other 5 drives will repair the data that was on the last drive, which adds a further step of redundancy. On top of this, Seagate offers a 3-year rescue data service for all of their Ironwolf drives, which just adds another little bit of security for your footage. All of this redundancy means that your footage is always going to be safe, even if something really bad happens to your NAS. Now, of course, because the NAS is connected to the internet, this means that I'm able to access any of my files on the NAS from literally anywhere in the world with an internet connection. Now, these are only a handful of the features that this NAS and these drives offer. But honestly, all I can say is that I would never go back to the way I used to store my footage and edit my footage. Now, whenever I come across somebody who's in a similar position to me, I always recommend that they at least look into getting a setup like this. If you'd like the latest pricing for the Seagate Ironwolf Pro Drives, the Synology NAS, and the Sabrent 10 gigabit Ethernet to Thunderbolt 3 adapter, I will have links to all of those in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And if you were anything like me in the past, I highly recommend looking into getting a system like this, because I guarantee that you will not regret it.